Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Real Talk with Saieed Ali. I am your host, Saeed. I do want to thank you for joining us tonight. Thursday, the 23rd of September, 2021. It's been a lovely day in Trinidad and Tobago, and I hope those of you have also enjoyed today being Thursday. So viewers, you know I always say, when I start our program, remember we are going live on Synergy Network. You can view us on Real Talk with Saieed Ali. It's our Facebook page. You can also view us on YouTube. That is TT Real Talk. You can subscribe, hit the bell, and you would know when we go live. So I want to say a special good night to those of you of the Caribbean and around the globe. Remember, those of you that are having spiritual problems, you can feel free to contact me. Those of you who have properties to sell or looking for a property to buy, you can also contact me. So viewers, as we start off our program tonight, it is alleged that the acting commissioner of police, McDonald Jacob, is threatening to take the PSC to court if he is replaced by the acting commissioner of police, Gary Griffith. Now, however, Jacob stated that he has no intention of going to court. No intention. He stated that his only interest at the moment is to ensure that the TTPS functions effectively and that citizens of this country are safe and secure from criminal elements. Mr. Jacob also denied that he has assembled a team of lawyers. Now, previous acting commissioner, Mr. Griffith, replied, "No comments," when asked to respond on this new development. So viewers, it's been a tit for tat with the acting commissioner of police and the acting commissioner of police in Trinidad and Tobago. You know, there are numerous talk about the commissioner in hot water, and he might be fired, and the acting commissioner might be elected for commissioner. But you see that whole pot of hot water? We're going to leave that for the Police Service Commission. We're going to leave that for the Minister of National Security. And we're also going to leave that for the President of Trinidad and Tobago, Ms. Paula May Weeks. Those individuals will have to sort out that problem that is currently plaguing Trinidad and Tobago. And I could tell you something. With no Commissioner of Police, there will be a setback on many things in Trinidad and Tobago. Just imagine the firearm department who have signed up for firearm in Trinidad and Tobago, whether you be a businessman or a normal citizen, that is on the back burner for now. That is on the back burner. So while the criminal elements are robbing the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago with firearm, legal firearm, citizens who have applied for a firearm, they will have to be on a pause. For how long? We don't know. Just imagine that, eh? Just imagine that. While the country is illegal business in the firearm on the streets are conducting their business as normal, individuals who have applied for a legitimate firearm, that department is on the back seat. That's not important right now. Hold all your horses. Yeah. That's what's taking place in Trinidad and Tobago. But nevertheless, 238-6716, feel free to call in as we discuss the issues of the day. Moving along, the Ministry of Education have stated that distribution of 20,000 laptops by the government began on Thursday and will continue until September 30th. They also mentioned that since March 2020, the ministry has distributed 14,608 laptops to schools and 6,659 to teachers. The ministry also began distributing MiFi devices to teachers and students on Thursday. And they are focusing on connectivity in schools where 134 secondary and 72 primary schools will benefit from the MiFi device. After so long. After so long. What happens to the means test? Nobody have to do means test again? Nobody? I'm going to tell you something. In Trinidad and Tobago, education is on our back burner. Health is on our back burner. Security is on our back burner. And those are the three main things that's supposed to be on the front burner in Trinidad and Tobago on the government's agenda. On the government's agenda. But where is it? On the back seat. On the back seat is not important. I can safely say that. I can safely say that. Because we are seeing it every single day go by. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. From October 11th, 2021, fully vaccinated persons aged 12 and older will be able to access the proposed vaccine safe zone. Describing how the vaccine safe zone will work, Minister in the Office of the Prime Minister, Stuart Young, stated that cinemas, casinos, bars, gyms, and fitness centers will be open to fully vaccinated persons only.
From the 11th of October, cinemas and theatres, the theatres including, as the Prime Minister said, Napa, Sapa, Queen's Hall, those areas, casinos and betting shops, bars and restaurants, gyms and fitness centres and those types of things, studios, to fully vaccinated persons over the age of 12. So of course it now applies to only those who are fully vaccinated. As we know, WHO has only approved the vaccinations for those over the age of 12. Dr. Parasaram and his team, the CMO, has told us that there are certain applications before WHO. Hopefully they'll be approved for under 12 within the next couple of months. But right now this is applicable to fully vaccinated persons over the age of 12.
Young added that employees operating in these safe zones must be fully vaccinated. Patrons at these establishments will also have to walk with their immunization card as proof of their vaccination status.
In these safe zones that I've just categorized, the owners of these safe zones are required to make sure that all of the employees operating in these safe zones, so for example, use a restaurant and a bar, all of the employees are fully vaccinated. They will also be required to have proof of vaccination of all of the employees operating in the safe zone on the premises. The patrons in these premises can only be fully vaccinated people who will be required to walk with proof of vaccination, their physical vaccination cards, to provide it to the enforcement officers. At this time, we're looking at the enforcement officers being the police service and public health officers.
So we're going to have a discussion tonight. It's Bacchanal Thursday. Bacchanal Thursday. You see, at the end of the day, the people who are thinking twice to get their vaccine, this is where you're putting a split. This is where you are putting a split, which is seriously wrong, which will not boost the economy, which many people now will end up home instead of a job. Why am I saying that? Owners who are not in compliance will face a fine which is currently being determined. You all want the economy to grow. You all want the economy to grow. You're coming out with your property tax and you're telling us if we don't pay it, we're going to be fined 5,000. Many individuals in Trinidad and Tobago are scared of taking the vaccine because of some of them, their health condition. But you do business. You do business. How many ministers are vaccinated presently in Trinidad and Tobago? How many? A couple of days back, a minister was tested positive for COVID-19, but the Prime Minister refused to issue who is the individual. So how many ministers in Trinidad and Tobago are presently vaccinated? How many? How many are going against it? This establishment will have a sticker indicating their safe zone status and will operate at 50% capacity. He also added that in the first instance, bars and restaurants would not be allowed to serve alcohol beverages. You open the bars, but you're not allowed. You're not allowed to sell alcohol beverages. What is the sense opening? If you have a restaurant, we could understand it's takeaway. But you indicated bars and restaurants would not be able to serve alcohol beverages. So what the hell the bars opening to do? I don't understand this. Caller, good night.
Good night.
Go right ahead.
Mr. Saieed, I hope the Prime Minister could say that those who who had to vote take the ones that don't have vaccine that they shouldn't vote.
They cannot vote. Fair enough.
Yes.
Fair enough.
Yes, take them out the list. You don't think so?
Correct. I agree with that.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you, my dear. Let me tell you something. The economy is like ice. It's melting. It's melting. We want business to boost. Let me tell you something. Many citizens of Trinidad and Tobago have called me and said, Said, we are not going for the vaccine. Because they just don't trust it because of their illness. So how are these people now to cope? How are the workers to cope in Trinidad and Tobago? Now that you say now, individuals who have a business, they will issue a sticker, safe zone, but only vaccinated people going in. Will that boost the economy? What about the individuals who are not vaccinated? You are telling them that you cannot go to work, but yet you are saying it is not mandatory. You cannot make it mandatory, so you come up with a strategy to keep them home still. You didn't help their income. You made sure that they stayed home. And this is what you're doing. This is what you're doing all over the world. They're realizing that the COVID-19 is breaking the economy if the citizens do not come out and work. So put on your mask and go to work. In Trinidad, we're finding ways to keep them home. Let me tell you something. Whether you get the vaccine or you didn't take the vaccine, you could still get COVID-19. So why the hell am I staying home? When the bank's calling me, the financial institute calling me, the furniture store calling me. But yet, if I take the vaccine and something happens to me, the health sector in Trinidad and Tobago is not responsible. So are you forcing me to stay home or are you forcing me to take the vaccine? But you're saying vaccine is not mandatory. What the hell you're really doing? What you doing? Caller, good night.
Hi, good night, sir.
Go right ahead, my friend.
I agree with you 100%. You know, the president of the industrial court said, you cannot alter the terms and conditions. So how on earth now you come in and tell me I must get vaccinated to go? Are you going against the ruling of the industrial court?
That's what they're doing.
Secondly, sir, when you tell me only vaccinated people could go to these establishments, but what I am telling you, it's better that they never open because the bulk of the people are all vaccinated. They are all willing to vaccinate because this government did not take this pandemic seriously. They did not take it in the inception. They are not taking it now. Secondly, so on another note, you know, it has been touted in the newspaper, whatever, where Mr. Griffith is saying that in the very first rounds of interview, he beat off everybody. That is not so. If we go back, he was sixth, he was bottom of the list. But because of the system we have, You remember the PNM and them they said that they cannot accept this one, they cannot accept that one. I recall very clearly the Alcin was saying, you cannot get a good fruit from a bad tree. But that is exactly what is happening now, sir. That is exactly what is happening. On another note, it looks like wrongdoing is paying off handsomely in Trinidad and Tobago. I am referring to the AV drilling fiasco. So much things went on. This man come back and get $100 million
And a 10 years contract.
And a 10-year contract. Was that the reason why this Prime Minister put that current chairman there to facilitate this process? When you hear the Prime Minister coming out now and say there is no political interference, this man is noted, this government is noted, you must understand them on the reverse. When they say there is know that there is political interference. Now you come in with the Malcolm Jones fiasco, so much 14 billion or how much went down the drain. NGC 400 million, AV drilling 100 million. Then you want to come and tell me I must go and pay property tax? No, I am telling the citizens no. According to the population first, over 43 or 44 billion dollars have been spent by this government. I don't know if it is spent, but it disappeared. You come now and tell us where that money go before you put 1 cent. And I'm telling the people they should not respond to that because get the government come, we must stand up for our rights. The treasury is not the PNM treasury, it is not Rowley treasury, sir. It is time that the people stand up. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, my friend. So viewers, we are going for a short commercial break, but nevertheless, when we come back from that break, we have more in store for you. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Real Talk. I'm your host, Saieed Ali. Consultant and real estate businessman.
Can't watch Real Talk on TV? Have no fear. You can also watch Real Talk on the go live on YouTube and Facebook at Real Talk with Saieed Ali on YouTube.com and TT Real Talk on Facebook.com. Don't forget to like us and share us on Facebook and subscribe to our YouTube channel and click the notification bell.
Are you looking for the right investment? Are you looking for a greater return on your hard-earned cash? Look no further. Contact Real Talk Group of Companies located at number 14 Caroni Savannah Road, Chaguanas. At Real Talk Investment, you can earn up to 3.5% interest on your 3-year investment. Don't miss out on this amazing offer. Do contact us now on 339-1670, 238-6716. For further information, our helpful team is ready to assist. Real Talk Investment. Real people matter to us. This ad was paid for by Real Talk Group of Companies Limited.
Are you looking for quick cash and do not know where to turn? We have got the answer for you. Visit us at Real Talk Group of Companies. We are a licensed money lending financial institution. We are located at number 14 Caroni Savannah Road, Chaguanas. Our phone numbers are 339-1670, 267-7325 or 238-6716. Contact us today. We look forward to hearing from you.
So welcome back to Real Talk, viewers. From Monday the 27th September 2021, citizens will have 1 additional hour to complete tasks that require them to leave their homes. This was confirmed by Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley during a conference at the Diplomatic Center in St. Anne's today. The curfew will now be from 10 p.m. to 5 a.m.
Starting from Monday, the curfew would be shifted from 9 o'clock to 10 o'clock. And hopefully, as we look at the response of the population in the face of all these changes, we would want to take it a bit further if the circumstances warrant. And of course, the state of emergency is with us while it is useful. So Monday is the 27th of September. The holiday is Friday, the weekend. So we start, as we have been doing, cautiously on the Monday and go into. So from Monday next week, the nighttime curfew begins at 10 o'clock. So you would see that.
The curfew will now be from 10 p.m. to 5 p.m. Trinidad and Tobago has been under a 9 p.m. to 5 a.m. curfew since May 15, when the country was placed under a state of emergency. So viewers, we have some extra time. Nevertheless, we thank the Prime Minister for that. So you don't have to speed home to reach home for 9 o'clock and kill yourself while going along. You know, take your time. Caller, good night.
Hi, good night.
Go right ahead, you're live on Real Talk.
I'm a first-time caller to your program. Wonderful program as ever.
Welcome, my dear.
My take is the vaccinated people should pay the property tax, and the unvaccinated,
no tax.
Keep them out of it. Thank you.
Well said. Prime Minister Dr. Kidrauli wants 70% of eligible persons in this country to be vaccinated by the year end. The PM stated that the virus has disrupted every area of their globe lives, and it will likely to be with us for some time. Rowley added that TNT was very fortunate to get 1 million doses of vaccine as donations and purchase from the US, Canada, India, and CARICOM countries. He also publicly thanked the Biden administration for the Pfizer vaccine dose. This support led to TNT now having 400,000 fully vaccinated individuals.
I take this opportunity to publicly thank the Biden administration for the over 300,000 Pfizer vaccine doses Trinidad and Tobago has received so far. This support and the expansion of global vaccine supplies has meant that Trinidad and Tobago has been able to fully vaccinate over 400,000 persons, including persons aged 12 years.
However, Rowley added that this government is committed to reaching its target of vaccinating 70% of the population by the end of 2021 and aims at saving both lives and livelihood.
Our government remains committed to reaching its target of vaccinating 70% of the eligible population by the end of 2021 and continues to support measures aimed at saving both lives and livelihoods as we seek to end this scourge in our country.
How could you tell me you're saving lives and livelihood when you're telling the citizens, business owners, only to allow vaccinated people to come in your business? You see, you all have never came out in a press briefing and said to the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago how many individuals were affected by taking the vaccine. You all not doing it in Trinidad. But outside of Trinidad and Tobago, we are hearing news of how many individuals were affected. Outside of Trinidad and Tobago, international news, you're hearing it, but not in Trinidad. Not in Trinidad. So like I said, you came up with a strategy. Okay, we're going to open back the place. Only vaccinated people will go into the safe zone. And the unvaccinated people, well, you will have to stay home. And then you're putting a fine now on the business owners to make sure that it's only vaccinated people enter their premises. That is what you're doing. How sad. And what an undermining trick for the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. Left foot. Right foot. What we gonna do? What we gonna do? We can't do nothing. Those of you who have health issues, now you are being forced to stay home. The little job you had, bringing in your little income to get your quarter bread, now you will be forced to stay home. You will be forced, because that is what they're doing you all. That is what they're doing you all. So what we going to do now? We have to say we like it so. And you want to tell me you caring? how many individuals have been affected by the vaccine? How many individuals who have been affected by the vaccine, the health ministry went and looked for them? How many? But we have the Minister of Health saying the vaccine is safe and effective. Right here a couple days back, we had a caller. She said what took place when she took the vaccine. Let me tell you something, me ain't hiding nothing, you know. It ain't nothing going on, no red carpet here, you know. I will drag it out. Caller, good night.
Good night, Saeed.
Go right ahead.
Saeed, you know, this morning, about 8 o'clock, right? And, there's people power general for the spin. It have a routine check, they check it vehicle, right? And that routine check, if you go to Port of Spain, you know what time you reach into Port of Spain? Quite 10:30, 11. Right? I mean to say, if you're doing a routine check, you don't have to come in a main road like that to do a routine check. You know?
I understand.
Because people going up late Port of Spain, boy, real late, from like half day in Port of Spain. From Power Gem straight to Shagwanas, had the ban for traffic.
And then the boss will want to pay you half day. How sad, eh? The Ministry of Health advised the population that on Wednesday night, Trinidad and Tobago confirms its 11th case of the COVID-19 Delta variant of concern. The person is a non-national who recently traveled to Trinidad from Mexico via Panama. The person was placed in isolation as soon as it was determined that the person tested positive for COVID-19. The person will remain in isolation until the enhanced discharge criteria for persons with COVID-19 variant of concern are achieved. No, listen to this. They did not say if the person was vaccinated. They did not say if the person came in with a PCR. They did not state that when the person or where the person went to do a test and they were confirmed. You see? So information now that was supposed to be in the public domain, they're holding it back. They're holding it back. Now I would ask, was the individual vaccinated? Did they come in through PCR testing? And how many days after did that individual realize or did a test that he was positive with the Delta? This is information now that the public needs to know. I need to know, was that person vaccinated or did they come through that PCR testing? Thus far, I would say 95%. This 11 case. So let's just say probably about 8 or 9 cases came in with PCR testing. No vaccine, but PCR testing. And we continue to do that. But we want to fight the Delta, but they continue coming in with PCR testing. In this information, they refuse to say if the individual were vaccinated or PCR test. Caller, good night.
Yeah, good night, Mr. Saeed.
Go right ahead.
Yeah, I find all the opposition MPs supposed to retire because we already opposition MP. The court already made an order, right? Where are the opposition MP to enforce that order?
Correct.
That the court indicated and so on is where you cannot bar unvaccinated people in certain places. How will this safe zone thing appear? The opposition supposed to park their bag and leave the opposition seat, walk out of the parliament. That's how they are accustomed to do. Because right now I see is where the opposition is solving no purpose in this place.
They're not standing up.
They are total waste of time. So many lawyers they have and they cannot pick up this matter to enforce the Industrial Relation Act. Where are those people?
Well said,
I don't know that if you could make a request and so on for those to park their bag and leave the parliament. It is a waste of time with those people.
Thank you so much.
They're not doing their job.
Thank you so much. So you see, this is what I have been saying on many occasions. Now, when the Prime Minister brought out the safe zone, when Stuart Young brought out the safe zone issue, let me tell you something. Opposition is supposed to be meeting this evening. They're supposed to be carding a meeting for tomorrow. They're already supposed to lego a bulletin. Well, you know what? Tomorrow being a holiday, forget the holiday. We are meeting at our UNC headquarters to come up with solutions and ideas to stop the vaccinated only persons on business places, because you're cramping the economy. The individuals and them who are not vaccinated, the little job that they are doing now, what would happen? What would happen? They would have to go home. They would have to go home. Who's going to pay them bills? Since March month, April month, May month, September going in October, salary relief grant will be administered next month. Next month. So all these months come down now. We were starving. All I wanted a change. We wanted a change. I want to see the opposition lawyers. I want to see them battling now. I want to see them standing up. Because presently I am doing the opposition work right here on television. On television. Caller, good night.
Hi, President. Good night, Saieed.
Go right ahead.
First time calling here. You know what I'm angry about? That people are not standing up. They are taking everything out of our wax. Right? And what I can't understand is that I am one of those unvaccinated. Right? And I am the person that, listen, I have done my research. I'm not an unintelligent person. I'm very educated. And I made a decision to just rely on my immunity and rely on God. Right? To them, it may sound foolish, but then you're forcing this vaccine that isn't working. Right? There are different countries like Australia and Israel that are doing their research, and there are pills, cheaper, things that are working.
Yes.
Right? And people, when you really look at it, it's really just a flu. Right? But they have blown this out of proportion. You want me to take a vaccine that may not save me. I may suffer medical injuries because I have irregular heartbeat and these things. So you want me to take a chance where I can lose my life, and then who will take care of my child, right? And then on top of it, while you go into all these so-called safe zones, you still have to follow health protocol. So what is the sense of me doing that? It makes no sense. Why should I take that risk? Why?
Thank you, my dear. So viewers, while the fire burning tonight on Bacchanal Thursday, I want to send out happy birthday greetings to Miss Shanti. I'm going to tell you something. This is a lovely lady. You know, every Saturday, this woman, she and her daughter would cook for me every Saturday, and they would bring it up to my studio. Just to relax with Saeed. So tonight, I understand it's your birthday today. You turned 51 today. May God bless you with another 51 years. And I do thank you for the food so much. So happy birthday to you, my dear Shanti. So viewers, we have a persons of interest. Michael Charles. Michael, where are you hiding, my friend? A couple days, 2 nights back, I asked you to contact me. Charles Michael Kenneth, would you please contact me, my friend? It is a matter of urgency. Please contact me. It will benefit you and it will benefit me also. So tomorrow is a holiday. You can contact me tomorrow on 339-1670. 339-1670. So viewers, as we go for this commercial break, have no fear. Real Talk is right here. I'll see you after this break. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Real Talk. I'm your host, Saieed Ali.
Can't watch Real Talk on TV? Have no fear. You can also watch Real Talk on the go live on YouTube and Facebook at Real Talk with Saieed Ali on youtube.com and TT Real Talk on facebook.com. Don't forget to like us and share us on Facebook and subscribe to our YouTube channel and click the notification bell.
Are you looking for the right investment? Are you looking for a greater return on your hard-earned cash? Look no further. Contact Real Talk Group of Companies located at number 14 Caroni Savannah Road, Chaguanas. At Real Talk Investment, you can earn up to 3.5% interest on your 3-year investment. Don't miss out on this amazing offer. Do contact us now on 339-1670, 238-6716 for further information. Our helpful team is ready to assist. Real Talk Investment. Real people matter to us. This ad was paid for by Real Talk Group of Companies Limited.
Are you looking for quick cash and do not know where to turn? We have got the answer for you. Visit us at Real Talk Group of Companies. We are a licensed money lending financial institution. We are located at number 14 Caroni Savannah Road, Chaguanas. Our phone numbers are 339-1670, 267-7325 or 238-6716. Contact us today. We look forward to hearing from you.
Minister of Health Terence Dayal Singh have asked persons to be careful in their activities on the Republic Day holiday on Friday, which is tomorrow. This after reports confirmed that the spread of COVID-19 Delta variant at a recent party in St. Augustine. He criticized persons for breaking public health safety rules to attend the party in St. Augustine, plus another in Mayaro, both of which were stopped by police. Dayal Singh stated that he was deeply concerned about social gathering that would take place this upcoming holiday and urged persons not to congregate.
I am deeply concerned about the little social gatherings that we know are going to happen this weekend, the little lunches, the lines, the drink-ups, because people are tired. And I mean, human nature is such that we want a release. We want a release. We want to express ourselves. We appreciate that. I want to urge for this Republic Day weekend that we do not congregate as persons in that party in St. Augustine and Mayari, because you see what happens. The tentacles of the virus goes into every community.
When the Prime Minister said come to Tobago, Tobago is the place to be for Easter, I didn't hear him say nothing. He didn't talk about congregating. He was aligning with the Prime Minister and said, come to Tobago. Tobago is the place to be. But then hear the minister say, well, you know, all don't congregate, and it's a serious thing, and you know, we have the virus going on. We didn't even hear him. Dayal Singh added that of 3 recent Delta cases, one was a child who is believed to have gotten the virus while attending the party in St. Augustine last Thursday. He said only half of the population was vaccinated, but the Delta strain was no longer at TNT's doorstep but has entered our house. Dayal Singh alert. He alerted while all of us are tired. The virus is not tired.
Of an adult population who are eligible to be vaccinated, of 1 million persons, just over half of that have been vaccinated. That is not good enough with the Delta variant, not at our doorsteps again. It is actually in our living rooms. It is in our living rooms. The decisions we make individually, communities, will determine whether we could keep it in the living room or whether it gets into our kitchens, bedrooms, closets. that's a good analogy we could use.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The Minister of Health, Terence Singh, have stated that the majority of persons who refuse to become vaccinated against the COVID-19 vaccine are from the Christian faiths. What? You're attacking the Christians? How did religion come into this? Speaking at the Ministry of Health media briefing, Singh mentioned that based on their survey, majority of the persons who are vaccine hesitancy are from the Christian faith, and he is worried about what happens behind the scenes.
My fear is what is happening behind the scenes. Because when we talk to people and do our surveys, the bulk of people who seem to be vaccine hesitant are of the Christian faith, with the way the Bible and the teachings of the Bible have been interpreted or misinterpreted. And there are many such pastors doing that, both in Trinidad and in Tobago.
Well, I'm waiting for the backlash. I will be waiting for the backlash. I want to hear what the pastors have to say. I want to hear what the leaders of the church have to say. This is what I'm waiting for. You should have never made that statement. You're attacking religion. You're attacking the Christian faith in Trinidad and Tobago. We have what? The Roman Catholic is a part of the Christian. We have the Pentecostal. We have the 7 Days. We have the Baptist would follow part of the Christian also. So look at that wide speck. Look at that. You choose to interfere religiously with. Let me tell you something. The virus have no religion. So why the hell now you start labeling a particular faith? So I'm waiting to hear now what the leaders and them have to say concerning this statement that he made. Several reporters also asked about adverse drug reaction, including menstrual problem in Trinidad and Tobago. This in the light of a British official report of complaints by 34,000 women that the vaccine had affected their periods. Singh added that in regards to effects of the vaccine, things are being taken out of context. Singh. Let me tell you something. I could carry you by 3 individuals. Their private part have been shrinked by 1 inch. I could carry you by a lady who made an investment into Real Talk investment. And she said, Saieed, I started bleeding from the time I take the 2nd dose for weeks. Singh, what you have to say? What you have to say. That is why I encourage viewers who have took the vaccine and had side effects, feel free to call in. Because the minister or the Ministry of Health will, let me tell you something, they are not coming out and telling the citizens how many people have been affected by the vaccine. I have a friend who took the vaccine 2nd dose. Let me tell you something, is migraine for months. And you talking about things blown out of context? I will bring it to you as real as it gets. Don't play with me. Don't play with me. He added that there have been 5 adverse events in 1 million doses of vaccine, but no one has died from the vaccine.
We have administered over 1 million doses of vaccines, both 1st dose and 2nd dose, in Trinidad and Tobago. 1 million. To date, there have been 5 reported adverse events. Like any other vaccination, you will have side effects, which are pain at the injection site, fever, and so on, which occurs with any vaccination. So what is happening around the world is that things are being amplified and magnified and being taken out of context. So there have been 5 adverse events in 1 million doses of vaccines. No one has died. All those 5 cases have been managed, and they have basically recovered.
Let me tell you something. Viewers of Real Talk with Saieed Ali. That Minister of Health who you just heard and saw, will never come out and tell the population if somebody died from the vaccine. Take what I tell all you. He will not come out and die. All you would hear is that they have COVID-19, they had comorbidities, and they died. So what are you trying to say? What are you trying to say? Heart attack gone on, heart attack got 10 years visa and then fly out. Pneumonia fever got 10 years visa and then fly out. Stroke got a 10 years visa and then fly out. And so we going on. Yellow fever got 20 years visa and them gone. Call a good night.
Good night, Saeed.
Go right ahead, you're live on Real Talk.
Well, Saeed, God do move in a mysterious way, because this is reverend of a spiritual Baptist faith. And I just want to thank God for your program and what you are voicing, because we have leaders here that are just failing miserably. They are dividing the country. They are splitting the people with vaccination and unvaccination. You know, so like they are clueless like what they are doing. So they have to deal with this thing in the proper way. And I also do spiritual work. And a lot of my clients tell me about the side effects of the vaccine. Mm-hmm. I have took my first dose of the Pfizer. I have also known people like the children who have gotten sick, some hospitalized, a lot of women with a menstrual cycle have been infected. Mm-hmm. So we do have side effects. So, you know, you always say if they come out, inform the people, be truthful to the people. Mm-hmm. People make conscious decisions in taking the vaccine. But who wants to die? No one wants to die. All of us want to live. But they have to bring out the truth. You know, Saeed, I just thank God for the wonderful group of Real Talk. You know, I want to wish the Shanti lady good day. I want to tell her happy good day. And just continue doing this good work. And you know, once we stick together, people stick together in unity, you know, this will pass. And, you know, we cannot be dividing the country like this. So, you know, so that is my contribution tonight, and continue doing the wonderful work.
Thank you, my friend. As of September 22nd, 2021, the Ministry of Health announced that as part of an expanded vaccination rollout, pregnant and breastfeeding women can access specific COVID-19 vaccine. Members of the public, especially the pregnant and breastfeeding population, are therefore advised of the following. Now listen closely. The Pfizer-BioNTech vaccine is approved for breastfeeding women, as well as pregnant women in their 2nd and 3rd trimester of pregnancy. It can be given during pregnancy or given after delivery. The Sinopharm vaccine is approved for breastfeeding women, but not for those who are pregnant. COVID-19 vaccination combination. If a woman receives a first dose of the Sinopharm vaccine before pregnancy, she should not be given the Pfizer-BioNTech vaccine during pregnancy. As the 2nd dose, she can complete the 2-dose Sinopharm after pregnancy. So I want you all to listen to that carefully. If a woman receives 1 dose of the AstraZeneca vaccine before pregnancy, she is eligible for a single dose of the Pfizer-BioNTech vaccine as her 2nd dose once she is in her 2nd or 3rd trimester of pregnancy. As scientific data evolves, this advice may change to include other combinations of vaccine. Combinations approved First dose AstraZeneca and second dose Pfizer, BioNTech. Approved on the 15th of June 2021. First dose AstraZeneca and second dose of Moderna approved on July 30th, 2021. So viewers, your wife is pregnant. Those are the mix. So I believe on the press conference today, I heard the Prime Minister saying that even though the vaccines are past the expiry date, come November, they will not be dumped. Did I hear correctly? What was the purpose of an expiration or an expired date? What was the purpose of that? So you're going to tell me, Saeed, that Saeed, even though the vaccine expired in November, you could come December and still take the vaccine? That's what you're telling me? How sad. Kola, good night.
Very good evening to you, Mr. Saeed.
My friend, tell me I did not hear the Prime Minister correctly.
You heard correct. If this government, if the ministry, if the minister was truthful in the beginning, if they were telling us the truth, don't hide anything, don't sweep nothing under the rug.
True.
This hesitancy that we experienced would have never happened.
Correct.
But they keep lying and covering up, lying and covering up. And when he talk about he's afraid that this public holiday tomorrow, he's warning people about gathering. He wasn't worried about when Andrew Gabriel, the Prime Minister friend, had the wedding with over 200 people. He wasn't worried when IM and company had the wedding with over 200 people. They wasn't worried when Bombay funeral had over 100 people. All of a sudden they're worried now.
Thank you, my friend. So the Prime Minister said even though the vaccine expired in November, we could come December and take it? Really? Wow. So you are changing the course of medicine. Which means expiry date no longer means something. We're talking about a vaccine. We are seeing what is taking place around the globe, but you are encouraging me now to come after the vaccine is expired and still take it. Caller, good night.
Good night, Saeed.
My friend.
Saeed. I want to tell Rowley something. I'm not his child. You understand? I want to get that straight with Rowley. If we behave ourselves, let him go and talk to the outside children and the inside children like that. Don't talk to the public like that. He's not the children.
Thank you, my friend. I understand what you're saying. I understand what you're saying. Let me tell you something now. How come the Minister of Health never came out and said that? The Minister of Health came out and said they did their survey and it's the Christian faith that are being vaccine hesitancy. On the flip side now, we have the Prime Minister saying, even though the vaccine expires, we are not going to dump it. You could come and take it. Wow. Way. I wonder what the medical fraternity in Trinidad and Tobago have to say about that. I wonder if WHO approved that. And how, if WHO approved that, how come the Minister of Health, who just blamed the Christian faith for being vaccine hesitant, didn't come out and say that? Saeed talking foolishness. Saeed talking nonsense. We are going for a short commercial break, but when we come back, we're going to continue.
Are you looking for the right investment? Are you looking for a greater return on your hard-earned cash? Look no further. Contact Real Talk Group of Companies located at number 14 Caroni Savannah Road, Chaguanas. At Real Talk Investment, you can earn up to 3.5% interest on your 3-year investment. Don't miss out on this amazing offer. Do contact us now on 339-1670, 238-6716. For further information, our helpful team is ready to assist. Real Talk Investment. Real people matter to us. This ad was paid for by Real Talk Group of Companies Limited.
Are you looking for quick cash and do not know where to turn? We have got the answer for you. Visit us at Real Talk Group of Companies. We are a licensed money lending financial institution. We are located at number 14 Carney Savannah Road, Chaguanas. Our phone numbers are 339-1670, 267-7325 or 238-6716. Contact us today. We look forward to hearing from you.
Welcome back to Real Talk, viewers. You know, I always encourage you to plan for the future. Your hard-earned cash. Plan for the future for your children and your grandchildren. Real Talk Group of Companies, let me tell you something. They are offering you what no other financial institute are offering you in Trinidad and Tobago. From 2.5% straight up to 3.5%. Where in Trinidad would you find a better offer than that? Where in Trinidad and Tobago you would find a greater return on your investment like what Real Talk Group of Companies is offering you? I'm asking you. Where would you find a greater return? You see, many of you would understand that 500 bigger than 2,500. Many of you. You have your cash put on in a financial institute for 10 years. For 10 years. And how far did it grow? But you're investing. It's in a fixed deposit. But where did it grow? How far did it grow in 10 years? How far? Now, if you multiply that same 10 years at 2.5 in Real Talk Group of Company on a Real Talk investment, that's a lot of money. Where you might make 3,000 here, you might make about 10,000 here on that same money that you have put down on a fixed. So Real Talk Group of Company also has a loan department. You know, you need some quick cash, you have collateral, contact them. Contact them. So viewers, I want to shout out a good friend of mine, Clifton Ali. He's the consulate for Trinidad and Tobago in Grenada. You know, Grenada is a nice place. Grenada is a nice place. Visited there a couple times. White sand, blue waters, nice place. When Minister Sheldon Scott, when he was in power a couple years back, you know, I moved around with the president, the Prime Minister Sheldon Scott. I can safely say that. That's before I was a TV host. I used to move around with him in Grenada. So, I used to be with ministers out of Trinidad and Tobago. Pretty soon my credit union, Real Talk Credit Union, will be existing in Trinidad. We just do not define the final paperwork, and that's about it. So, but you know how the economy is. So viewers, I just want to remind you that, the BM, I just want to remind you that there are 175 households that I have started. I have already given about 100 hampers. I have already given out that. And there's about 175, 180 households who have contacted me. All right? And like I said, the BM is there. I purchased the BM to give away when we were raising funds for the Rape Crisis Center. But because of the economy in Trinidad and Tobago, that project is a standstill. So before the car have to park up and get seized and whatever it is, right, I decided to give it away. Right? The first week in December. But I want you all to help feed the 175 to 80 homes. All you have to do is contribute $1,000 towards this food drive. Now with $1,000, you could end up winning a BMW. And that same BMW, you could sell it back. $130,000, $140,000, $150,000. So look at the amount you can gain back by investing $1,000. And that $1,000 is going for a cause. It's to feed 175 to 180 household. A lot of these people were affected by the flood. I did purchase a lot of televisions and stoves and fridges, and I just gave it out because my heart went out. You all know charity. I believe in a lot of charity, and I've been doing that for quite some time. Even on air, you all would know whenever I'm doing something, right? So I just want to encourage you, get in touch with me, 339-1670, 238-6716, or 267-7325. Make a contribution. Remember, it's a BMW M3 Sport up for grab. It makes no sense that the Rape Crisis Center project is stalled, where I have to raise $10 million to fund that project, and it is stalled because of the economy. So I decided to take the BMW and throw it out there. First week in December, we want to give out that. So those of you who have contributed to the Rape Crisis Center, your contribution will go towards this drive. It is there, it is safe. Your name, your contact, your address, it is there. It will go towards this drive. We need to raise at least close to $200,000 to support this 175 to 80 homes. Christmas is coming up just now, you understand, and we want to do something also. But let's see about feeding these families. So viewers, we're out of time for tonight, but nevertheless, there will be no Real Talk live tomorrow. Being Friday, the holiday, we will have a rerun, but we'll be right here back the following Monday for Mashup Monday. Until, be safe and good night.